Welcome to Peaches and Power Bombs, a special 5 p.m. edition, so we can help our friend CM Walsh down there out. So, because it's late for him. He's in the UK. So we are a little early than normal, but it is all cool. I'm sitting here in Twilight Zone because I have both of my co-hosts in at the same place. And I don't know how I feel about it. I'm just going to let them fight over me because I'm the best ever. So that's the way it's going to go. How are you guys doing today?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm good.
And Mina says she's doing good. She's already showing off.
Yep.
We've barely been in here.
I've waited how long to be invited onto Peaches and Power Bombs, and you've only now decided this is the time where you want to get extreme. You want to bring CM Walsh from TRWC.
Yes, definitely. If you guys out here on Peaches and Power Bombs don't know or don't hang out with us on the tailgate party, me and CM Walsh usually do a Friday afternoon when we can get our schedules coincided together, because sometimes I can do it and sometimes he can't, and sometimes he can do it and I can't, and it's just been insane. This whole year has been insane. I've got
to admit, we on Friday nights we got the catchier theme tune. I mean, like the one for Peaches and Power Bombs, you got the Tuesday Night Titans like rhythm and samba to it. But our one is more of a, you definitely got the jiggle and jive on a Friday night. I'm just going to be honest, Laura, you're just finished. You may have a cat with you, but we're the cooler brand. We have the brand supremacy.
Got the mascot here. We good. Yeah, now go. Leave me alone.
All right, so
theme tune. How about that? Should we settle on that?
As always, guys, make sure that you like and share and subscribe here on Peaches and Power Bombs, and come on in, leave a comment, join the conversation. But before we get into anything, Laura has an announcement for everyone. She's over there glowing and giggling. So what is this all about?
So I broke a lot of hearts Sunday.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. At first I said, I'm going to cut this promo and get into it. And I was like, no, this is so big for me that like, it's going to be inevitable. And, that it wasn't going to happen. So, being we're on a social media platform, and here at Peaches and Power Moms, we are all about transparency and kind of, being a little personal. I felt like it was really necessary to share that I have somebody special in my life now.
Yay!
And so he doesn't want to be revealed just yet.
I'm sorry. In what way does that constitute a heel turn?
Because
does getting married turn you heel? Like, am I meant to be the Dexter Loomis here? I'm just looking at you like that.
Well, you know how people are.
I mean, it's good news, but I wouldn't suggest that turns you heel.
Well, to a lot of other guys, I did, because
she's got people sliding into her DMs all the time.
Yes, yes, and I broke some hearts Sunday, and but like I said, we're all about being transparent. He doesn't want to be revealed just yet, and in this short amount of time, he's become really special to me. So I just wanted to share that with everybody, and we're really excited to share our lives together. I'm so excited to share my life with him, with everything going on with the podcast and things like that. So
everybody deserves to be happy. So we are glad that you are happy.
Thank you.
And
Marie, give it 3 weeks and you'll be replaced. You'll be out of here. Then it'll be the heel turn. She's like, no, you're done out of here now. It's the new
We're doing the Swedo heel turn now.
She's going to slam you through the table. You're gonna be gone. We're gonna go back to Friday nights, baby, and we're gonna be like, we're coming back. And then in 3 months' time, you'll be phoning me up. It's War Games. It's War Games. That's how we're gonna come back. And that's your booking. Done.
And then
Move
it'll
on.
be like, which side is Marie gonna pick? Is she gonna be on Peaches and Power Bombs, or is she gonna be on
Oh God, get Shane's
Tune in
comment
to
up right
find
now.
out.
Get Shane's comment up right now. Please, just click, just get it. Click it.
Speaking of TRWC, the Saint is in the house. Hey,
Get Shane's comment. I want Shane's comment up right now. I want it.
Saint,
I want it there. I want it
Ray
visible.
all day.
I want it there for everyone to see.
Ray all day is in the house. Adam Cole is king, next AEW champion. Thank you, Ray. Yeah, he knows Adam Cole is king. And oh my God, the Rays, because they cheated. See, cheaters never win. Ray, I'm gonna let you have that one today.
I'll give it to him because I've been giving him crap for 2 weeks. So I'll let him have it.
Let's get to the proper comment here. Is it Eddie Kingston?
No. What? No. What is Eddie Kingston?
It's not Eddie Kingston.
My heel turn. My mystery
See, if it had been Eddie Kingston, that would have been a heel turn. That would have been a heel turn for the ages.
Oh my goodness.
Never know. Could have been a member of the bloodline. No, I'm kidding. No. Yeah, my person is very special to me.
Oh, okay, I get it now. I wasn't getting what he was saying. I was like, what does that mean? And I was like, oh, no. You know, I'm taking myself. So if Laura wants Eddie Kingston, she can have him because I'm not with it. So, that's funny though. All right, yeah. So let's go ahead and get into what we have planned for tonight. We're going to go ahead and cover some news, and then we're going to get into the Extreme Rules pay-per-view and just talk about the show. Yes, last week it was announced that Jon Moxley has signed with AEW for an additional 5 years. He will only be wrestling for AEW and for whoever they have a relationship with, like New Japan and things like that. So he won't be going off to GCW anymore and doing any other shows like that. He will also be stepping into a coaching and mentorship type role as well. So what do you guys think about Jon Moxley just going ahead and saying, yes, I want to stay here for a long period of time, and this is where I'm going to, hang my hat?
You could go first.
Oh, cool. Back. I'm going to sort of jump in this, but whilst I still have connection. It's the leader of AEW. When AEW was announced, it was between Chris Jericho and Cody and the Bucks who set up. But Double or Nothing 2019, that moment at the end when he walked out of there, banged him on the poker chips and stood tall at the end of the night. He was the man. He just walked out of WWE. He would walk straight into AEW, and he was the man. And he's gone through his ups and downs. He obviously just came back from rehab. He got a hero's welcome, and he's been on a push for a lifetime. Even now in the chaos of AEW with CM Punk and the Elite being out of the picture for whatever fracas they want to get themselves into, he has carried the weight on their shoulders and carried the company forward when things have been up against the wall. This 5-year contract extension is a huge bonus for Tony Khan. He's just turned 40, and now he's got a talisman that he can not only rely on for the future of the company in the next 5 years, but also as a mentor and somebody who we could quite easily see go into management before too long, where either who works backstage.
Did we lose him?
I
think we lost him. He's having a little bit of trouble with his internet connection because he just moved into a new place. So,
2022 has been a huge year for Mox all around, and I'm sad that we're not going to have a proper Shield reunion for 10 years of the Shield this year, but with that being said, I'm very, very happy for Mox. I'm so proud of him. He's come so
We
far.
got him back. Yay.
Yay! I mean, he's come so far, and it shows that he's, his contract extension, the fact that he has the AEW title again, it just shows that, he's literally all in with this company. He stepped up to the plate when TK needed him, and he's going to bat for him. Already made some sacrifices personally, and then he's been doing this a long time. So seeing the mentorship thing in the contract as well, that's really good, because I know he's got some stories to tell. So I'm very happy for him, very proud of him.
Out of a lot of people there in AEW, he seemed, and this is crazy to sound like the dude who likes to have the crazy death matches is the one who has the most level-headed personality there in
Right.
AEW. That feels so weird to say, but I think it's true. He seems to be the type to not want to deal with anybody's drama. He just comes in, helps anybody who needs help, works on his things, tries to elevate whoever he is working with, and he doesn't get involved in all the drama stuff. So I think it is a good fit for everybody. Him,
and he's a great ambassador for AEW. I mean, even recently, yes, he dropped the GCW champion to our Lord and Savior Nick Gage, the King of Blood and all the blood. But
did we lose him again? All right.
We did. Oh, I hate that.
Yeah, I know. It's rough. Sorry, guys. Hang in there with us. We're trying.
If Laura didn't watch it, she's disqualified. That's the heel turn. Watch what? Thanks, Shane. He said congratulations. Ray all day. Happy for Mox. Heard he's done with those hardcore matches when you're getting hit. And plus his wife is joining us, so pumped. And mentioning the Braves. Oh,
I think we're back.
Okay.
I think so.
Let's persevere. So he's worked with New Japan. He's worked with GCW in the last 2 years, which has been incredible. And I think there's still room to grow within New Japan and GCW, however long they want to continue that. But
I think we lost him again.
It's like every time he starts talking about Mox, it cuts him off. It's like bad vibes. Bad vibes.
Yeah.
Shane, he thinks it's best for Mox if he was to go back to WWE. I think he would have got lost in the shuffle again. I 100% agree. Mox is top dollar now. I mean, WWE would be stupid to even do that. But then again, look no further. Shinsuke Nakamura, hello.
Yeah.
They don't do nothing with him, and it pisses me off.
All right.
Back.
I can hear you shuffling around at least.
Yeah.
I can see him moving.
I think I fixed it.
Okay.
I think I fixed
Hopefully. Let's fingers crossed.
Let's stick with it.
Okay. Do y'all want to move on to the show, or do you? Because I know you really didn't get to say anything because it kept freezing on you every time you tried to. Do you want to move on, or do you want to try again?
Me and Laura made the points. John Moxley over the last 2 years has been great. His work in other companies has been great, and he's carried the company on his back. What more needs to be said about Moxley? In the last 3 years, from Double or Nothing 2019 to now, has been nothing short of extraordinary. He is one of the best. He is one of Tony Khan's biggest signings ever.
Right, he is. All right, guys, what we all are here for, we are going to go ahead and get into Saturday's WWE pay-per-view premium live event, whatever it is you want to call it, Extreme Rules, where they actually got extreme for once. Usually they don't. They have like one Extreme Rules match, and then the rest of it is traditional matches. And you're like, why is this called Extreme Rules again? But every match on the card did have a stipulation, and I thought that was a nice touch. And of course, we will lead till the end what everybody came out excited about and talking about. But we'll get there. We promise. We're going to go down the card as it happened. We had to start off the show. We had a good old fashioned Donnybrook match with the Brawling Brutes versus Imperium. I have 2 words on here: beautiful destruction. I thought this was a lovely way of starting the pay-per-view to get everything started. CM Wash is shaking his head like he doesn't agree, but I thought it was fun and exciting. But
Worst
no,
match of the night.
really, I liked it.
I was there in Cardiff. Clash of the Castle, 62,000. Let's put it into full context. I was there in Cardiff. Clash of the Castle, Gunther versus Sheamus. That was a 5-star match, and I loved every single second of it. And I still think Sheamus deserves the Intercontinental Championship. It's fact. They then ran Gunther versus Sheamus 24 hours. Well, it would have been taped 24 hours before Extreme Rules, which, considering they're already facing each other in a 6-man tag the next night, and they had a really dusty finish of Gunther clocking him with a shillelagh, and Gunther had the visible tap. I mean, like what? Like it going into this match, it didn't have the right spark. It just didn't have it. And it was a good match. It was a good match, but it wasn't Cardiff. It wasn't just bang, bang, bang. And yes, it puts the Brawling Brutes over. It's a good move, but change the title, put the belt on Sheamus. How many times? And you don't need, like, in an alternative universe, you could have put the IC title on Sheamus in Cardiff and given us Gunther versus Roman Reigns in Saudi Arabia. But no, they've decided to go a different direction, and I think it's a disappointment.
So it sounds like to me,
but it was
it sounds like to me you don't really have a problem with this match itself. You have a problem with how they were booking everything else around it.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
It's not really the match, because you were fine with everything that happened. So
it was a solid opener. It was just like the things building up into it. They could have done more with it, and building up to Sheamus versus Gunther in Cardiff. It was art. It was poetry in motion. They were all fighting around them. You just had Gunther and Sheamus staring at each other whilst all the chaos is around them. We didn't have they've included everybody else, but
so do you think that maybe this suffered from overexposure? We've seen these two in really good matches, one after the other, bang, 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 bang. We haven't gotten the outcome that all the fans are looking for, and it just felt like it deflated this. That sounds like, I can see that.
110%. And the ideal payoff would be War Games. Obviously, we're getting that in Survivor Series, but that won't be the direction we'll go, because obviously then that puts Gunther in a program versus the US champion, whomever that might be. I'll leave Cowboy Brock till later, because I know Marie is very excited to be talking about cowboy shit once again. But it's payoff. It needs a payoff.
Yeah,
I feel like what you're trying to say to CM Wash is I think maybe it lost some of its magic that made it so special in the first place. And I know, like when you go to a live show and you see stuff like that, I mean, it's a whole different ball game. I'm hoping we see a payoff. You know how WWE likes to draw shit out all the way to whenever they feel like it.
Yeah, but that's all well and good if we're talking about May, June, or February, where there is more events coming in. But we've got the next 2 shows are Crown Jewel and Survivor Series, and then it's TLC, and then not even TLC. Day 1, Happy New Year, 2023 Rumble, Mania. That's like it's we're into the last. as mad as it already sounds, we're closer to Christmas than we realize, and before too long we'll be talking about the Mania build-up, and I don't want to be seeing this continue all the way to April. As much as there's probably some stamina in it. I want to be seeing other people contest for the Intercontinental title by then, and I want to see Sheamus as the IC title champion by then. You know, it's where do you pull the trigger? And I don't see it coming.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see being frustrated and everything. It just, I can understand maybe wanting to build up to them too at Mania, but they would have had to build it in the past differently than what they did, because we've already seen them go one after the other, and we're just going in circles at this point. It's just round and round we go. Where it stops, nobody knows. And it's like, okay, y'all need to find a finish line because this is getting ridiculous.
This is the song that doesn't end.
Exactly. But in the match itself last night, without regarding, throw all of that other stuff out of the way, I enjoyed this match and I thought it was a good way to hype everybody up. And Sheamus did get the win, but it wasn't for the title, so it just was like, okay. But I enjoyed it still. I had a good time. Moving on to the women, we had an Extreme Rules match with the SmackDown Women's title, Liv Morgan versus Ronda Rousey. I will say this. They tried. It was iffy in places, but they tried. I will point out that I'm glad that they had Ronda stick to the I'm the most dangerous unarmed woman part. She kind of, really relied on her strength, which was her judo stuff. So that's good. Liv really, she couldn't compete in that fashion, so she really relied on the weapons and things like that. So I'm happy about that, but the match was weird. Go ahead.
Can I talk about Cardiff again, please?
Sure.
I just love talking about Cardiff because I was there. Liv against Shayna was terrible. It was the worst match on that card.
Aww.
I went to the toilet during that match. Not as a general disrespect to every women's match, but it didn't deliver what it was meant to be. And Shayna Baszler, what should have happened is Shayna Baszler should have just ragdolled her for 10 seconds, killed Liv Morgan, and then we would have had Shayna Baszler versus Ronda Rousey in an Extreme Rules or a submission match. And that's more of a draw for me in a that like killer versus killer. I would have paid to have seen that, but they would have they had to have given Ronda Rousey the win here one way or another. I think it was it SummerSlam they did this, and then Ronda lost by reasons I can't remember. But yeah,
I think it's because Liv cashed in at Money in the Bank and
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she won by this.
But by a good old dusty finish. But now the title's on Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey versus Bianca Belair, folks. Strap yourselves in for November. It's going to be one hell of a fight. Because we know if that had been Liv Morgan, that would not be a match to watch. That would be a one-sided affair. But having said that, without everything away, did everybody see that smile on Liv Morgan's face? Yes, she was getting battered black and blue by Ronda Rousey, undeservedly so. But that psycho smile, and I mean, now that we're in the triple era of WWE, they might just actually pay off on this. They might actually give her a darker edge, or put her with somebody who just came back, who likes the darker arts, and could do with a new playmate. But I'll leave that into the fantasy booking hypothesis. But change up Liv Morgan, give me something new.
I echo that, definitely. It was kind of like when she smiled, she's like, yeah, I might be going down, but I ain't going down with a fight.
Yeah. I think Liv Morgan really tries. I just think it just hasn't clicked. Like whatever she was working on, whatever she was trying, just wasn't working, and so she needs something else. And whether that's with Bray Wyatt or doing her own thing or with someone else, I don't know. It would be interesting though, because if they did use Liv Morgan, if he brought in Liv Morgan with Bray Wyatt's whatever doing and used her to go after Alexa because Alexa betrayed him there before he left, that kind of thing. It'd be an interesting dynamic.
There would be.
Let me put this to you. Look what happened to Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley is the prime example, is that you can turn a woman heel and put her in a stable and it can work beautifully. So
Yeah.
we could see that happen. Yes, it might be a copy booking, but it can happen. And
oh yeah,
do
Rhea's
it.
Definitely the highlight of Judgment Day.
Okay, what comments do we have over here?
Go ahead. Shane, we were just talking about that. That's why I brought that up. Ray all day, live better as a heel. Weird match. Where's Charlotte? I don't know, and I don't care. I don't miss her.
The thing is with Charlotte Flair, I'll say three things about Charlotte Flair. Number one, her dad is still in a lot of trouble, despite his last match and all of that, and her husband. She's got a lot on her plate. Yeah, you can imagine.
Yeah, all the men in her life are acting a fool right now.
You can imagine the reaction she's going to get. Number two, what can Charlotte Flair bring to the table? I mean, we've seen it and we've done it with Charlotte Flair. She won the Rumble. She's, the queen, and she won all the belts, and she main evented WrestleMania, and she's the out of the four horsewomen, she's the entitled one. She is the posh spice of the four horsewomen. Considering where Becky Lynch is now with her character, where Bayley is with her character now, and Sasha Banks, to be decided. But she's the entitled one, and least favorite out of the four, because she isn't.
I like the Spice Girls reference. That was awesome.
Yeah,
Hush Spice was my favorite.
Yeah, but she had no character. It was always Scary Spice. And anyway, that's another conversation. But considering they brought Ronda Rousey back at the Rumble and gave her the win, and it's taken them 9 months to really put the belt on her, I think. Not sure.
No, she won it off of Charlotte because that's no,
yes,
they didn't.
No, she didn't. No, she didn't.
Charlotte was in the okay.
Because Charlotte beat her at WrestleMania. Yes.
Okay. And she had it for 5 seconds, and then Liv Morgan came out, right? Okay.
Yes.
It's something like that.
It's taken them 10 months to really give her a proper run. So let me have Bianca Belair versus Ronda Rousey. That's going to be a belter in November.
I definitely think that's coming. I actually want to see that, believe it or not. I'm not a huge Ronda Rousey fan, but Bianca's my girl, so.
All right, moving on to the next match.
It's different. It is different. And Ronda Rousey has needed different.
Mm-hmm.
Ronda Rousey does need different.
Ronda's gonna hold on. Let me see here. Ronda's gonna try to cut a promo or whatever, try to talk, and Bianca's gonna be
girl.
I had to do it. Sorry.
That's okay. Moving on to the next match, we had a strap match versus Drew McIntyre versus Karrion Kross. This match was okay. It just seemed like a placement holder.
Okay.
It kept my attention, but I wasn't emotionally invested in it. Let's put it that way. So, since you were at Cardiff, Walsh, how did you feel about that ending? Because if I was there, I would have been ticked off. I would have been like, no, You're going to try to send me home happy with a stupid song? No.
Karrion Kross wasn't involved in the finish. He was a red herring into the finish. Everyone thought when he was there he would be, and he wasn't. So let's give him some grace. The singing at the end, oh, I loved it. I loved the singing. I died inside at the finish, but you know, I loved the singing at the end. We all sang like we do, singing American Pie in the most British way. It's what we do. Anyway, strap matches are underrated in WWE now, and I'll give you 2 reasons why. When Bray Wyatt beat Daniel Bryan in the Royal Rumble 2020 in a strap match, people thought, oh no, strap match. They're either going to do the 4-posted bing, 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 and it's just going to be, and it's going to be meaningless, or it's going to be like it's just going to be terrible. But strap matches are great, and what they've been able to do when they've booked rightly, like they did on Saturday night, is it can hurt and you can feel it. And you know, getting welted on the back, and you know, the being restricted away from your to an extent by your opponent, and being strangled, and it worked perfectly. And they gave the win to Karrion Kross. They've moved on from the Drew train, and you know, yes, I could sit here all day and all night till I'm blue in the face, and I've got a white soul tire across my nose saying Drew McIntyre should be world champion by now. Of course, I'm going to say that, and that should have been the result in Cardiff, but Karrion Kross, he came back in the best possible time, because yes, he came in at the wrong time in the build-up between Drew and Roman, but he carried the storyline through, and he's still a contender. And you know, who's to say if Cody isn't fit by January, you put Karrion Kross in a good position for the Rumble, because he could do something. No matter where they go with the titles themselves, but they could do something with Karrion Kross. I seriously think it would be.
Karrion Kross, since he's been brought back to WWE, they're doing so much better with him, for sure.
A different time.
He's cutting in and out.
Yeah.
I will have to say this. I did like the different stages of Karrion Kross's hair through that whole match. It was pretty extreme in of itself. We're gonna take him out just for a few minutes, let him recuperate. We were doing so good.
I did see Scarlett's outfit, and it was they said somebody on the internet, I seen it on a Facebook page, I think, but they said that it looked like a tribute to Sable with her outfit. I thought that was pretty cool. And Scarlett looks good in anything to me, so.
She's beautiful.
Oh my God, yes.
I mean, she's okay, but. Yeah.
He's
different strokes
married.
for different
He's
folks.
Required to say that. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Choose your words carefully.
Next up, we have the other women's match, the ladder match for the Raw Women's title, Bianca Belair versus Bayley. I thought they did this pretty well, considering.
This should have been the main event. I'll be honest. And there's a lot of backstage reports that says that it was at one point a fluctuate between this and Fight Pit. This should have been the main event. This was a fantastic match. I think everything was leaning towards Bayley now that Damage control of the tag team titles, and you know, it's all good for a heel stable to have all the gold, doesn't it? And for a female stable to be showing that would have been a moment. Like, you could have closed, like, yes, you had the Bray Wyatt stuff, which I'm going to talk about, but seeing the 3 girls hold their belts up high on top of a ladder, that could have been a moment. And they could have pulled it. But having said that, it keeps Bayley on the chase. They might do a women's match in Saudi Arabia, who knows? But Bianca Belair is Bianca Belair, and she's the EST of WWE.
Yeah, and she's a good face for that company. Her and Montez Ford both do a lot of really good work with kids and other charities and things like that. So I understand keeping the title on her for if just that reason alone. But she's also still has the fans too. They haven't gotten tired of her yet. So there's that too. Because she's had the title since WrestleMania, and the fact that the fans haven't gotten tired of her and saying I want to move on, that's a big deal. That's a
Yeah.
big deal because we have 5-second attention spans these days. So
Oh yeah, Bianca's just a bona fide superstar at this point. If it's not broke, don't fix it. As much as I like to see Bailey regain the gold, right now wasn't her time, unfortunately. But I guess it's not over because right before I got off on Raw last night, they were doing an interview with Damage Control. Bailey was not happy for sure.
yeah, she had a look on her face the entire night. Ray says Cross needs to shave his head ASAP. That match, I don't think it was that bad. It kept my attention. I just wasn't emotionally invested. That's all. Shane is
Shane,
asked. Ooh, Shane is asking, what is WWE doing with Drew McIntyre? It seems they have no direction for him.
They have no
can
direction for him now. It's as simple as that. They were either going to put the belt. They're either going to have. They had one chance to do one moment in Cardiff, and they didn't do it. And they just it hurt me inside. I was that close to just when he hit the Claymore. I thought that was it. I thought it was over, and we were like I was going to explode in ecstasy and elation. And then Solo Sikoa came in, and but that's storytelling. And that moment is gone. And it's sad because now you've got Logan Paul, you've got Matt Riddle now, you've got The Rock knocking on the door, you've got Cody Rhodes waiting. He's at a back of a very long queue.
Yeah.
Unless the US title is I think the US title is about to get very spicy.
We'll have to
Considering
see.
there's a new champion.
Yeah.
So maybe, but yeah.
Well, speaking of storytelling, this next match had plenty of it. It was the I Quit match with Finn Balor versus Edge. I think it was a little overbooked, but I like what they did at the very, very end, involving Rhea Ripley, Beth Phoenix, and Finn Balor, of course, with Edge. It was a little all over the place, but the very, very end was very good, and I thought it was well executed.
this is a good way to bring Beth Phoenix back in to team up with Edge to try to gain an upper hand on Judgment Day. Beth and Rhea Ripley. Oh my gosh, that's gonna be good.
This feels
Judgment
like
Day's getting upper hand a whole lot lately.
The thing is as well is that Edge has 1 year left on his contract. That is as much as we know. And he said in August about he wants to finish up in Toronto next year and have the fairy tale ending. So everybody was going into this going, Edge is gonna win this, right? Why is he going to quit? Why is he going to go off TV when he's got plenty of other stuff to do? He's got plenty more time. And Finn Balor can take the L, and then they could have brought AJ Styles, which they nearly did yesterday.
Yeah, that's
they gave the win to Finn.
Awesome with the Good Brothers.
They gave the win to Finn, and they've like what they've done with Dominic again, which happened in Cardiff. They've really done it right. They've really turned him against him and made it stick. And it's the dynamic between Rhea and Dominic. Vicky Guerrero could not get close to what I'm your pappy, I'm your mammy. Too good to heel work.
It is really good, and I just that dynamic between them two. I never thought. I was really scared for a little while with Dominic because I wasn't sure how he was going to end up or work out, because he always looked like he was scared to death of everything. He had like a deer in headlights look on his face when he was with his dad, and he felt out of place. He felt like everything was too big for him. But he putting him in a group where it's not just him, or it's not just him and one other person, especially when that other person is Ray freaking Mysterio, over the top name, his dad, of course, but putting him in with a group of people, and like 3 out of the 4 of them is just kind of starting out with him as well and establishing themselves in the company, he seems a lot more comfortable. And we've gotten to see some personality out of him, and we haven't been able to see that before. So I think this is working in his favor big time.
Now here's the question: who do we put in for War Games? If I really doubt, I mean, it's still a very big possibility that we'll get the Bloodline. Maybe they have a big enough team. Judgment Day versus Bloodline.
Well, before last night, I would have said you could have had Judgment Day versus Edge, Beth Phoenix, AJ Styles, and Rey Mysterio. But now with the Good Brothers coming in, that kind of just like blew all of that up. So I don't know what they're going to go for now.
Yeah, having AJ in there and then having the Good Brothers back to kind of counter Judgment Day and Finn. I think it brings a whole new element into this Judgment Day storyline too. Because they put Edge out of commission. They're trying to work on getting Ray out of commission. They were trying to get AJ Styles in, and now AJ Styles got his own artillery with the Good Brothers. So I see where there's a turning point, but I think the story's definitely not over with, Edge and Ray for sure. I was thinking that Judgment Day was going to be part of War Games, but I don't know. Who knows? Anything can happen, really. But I think that I think it's still plausible that Judgment Day will be in War Games some way, somehow. But you never know. I've been wrong before. Too many times. You can go so many ways with it, though.
Do we have any? I don't think we have any more comments. Nope. Okay. Moving on to the main event. We had Seth Rollins versus Matt Riddle in the Fight Pit. This wasn't a very long match. I think they had 10 or 15 minutes or so. But I thought it did its job, though.
Considering what they were setting their time aside for,
I think it was smart. I think it's smart.
It was smart. It was the payoff we needed to this feud, as we've seen last night on Raw with Riddle going in one direction and Seth Rollins now becoming the new United States champion. But my word, Daniel Cormier, clean as you like, didn't get heel, getting involved, called it straight down the middle, just what you need. And you know what? And there was some suggestion over Saturday afternoon. No involvement from Brock. There's no further, DC and Brock Lesnar. No, called it down the middle. Good job. Perfect.
Right. I thought it was perfect too. Now the moment we've all been waiting for, you've been chomping at the bit to get to. The
He's back. He's back. Feed your head. Feed your head. He is back. And yes, it was the worst secret of them all, but the story they took
secret of 2022 next to Cody coming back to WWE.
Well, no one can predict what he's going to do. We can say, he's going to make an appearance or return on this night, but we can't predict what's going to happen because his mind works completely different than everybody else's. He is one of the most creative people that I have seen in wrestling, period, in ages.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I think it was he returned just as the show was about to go off the air, so he didn't really interfere in anybody's matches. So yeah, you kind of are like, all right, who, what, when, where, how? What are you doing?
It's still up in the air.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Matt Riddle was standing there when the lights went out and everybody started going bananas, but that wasn't the clear path. He was just standing there. He didn't attack anybody. He didn't say anyone's name, nothing like that. We still don't know. Last night on Monday Night Raw, they just showed a video of him in the mask saying revel in who you are or what you are or whatever, like 1,000 times, and it flashing. That's all that was. So we still don't know where he's going, but it's intriguing and it keeps everybody tuned in and wondering what's going to happen next. And when it does, it's going to be even more glorious.
Mm-hmm.
I've got my Fiend back.
Yay.
Everything is right with the world.
Yeah.
You don't know.
And considering a 48-hour period, we now have the Good Brothers, Brock Lesnar in a US title program, and Bray Wyatt all back in the same. Like, it's just like, this is why I love wrestling. It's crazy. Triple H knows that. Oh, and the DX reunion yesterday. Yeah, that was a bit of cock and ball fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
That segment was great.
Real quick before we get to our last thing here on our queue before we call it a night, I wanted to ask if you watched Monday Night Raw too, Walsh, right?
Of course I do.
Did it feel like when Seth Rollins went in after Brock Lesnar did his damage, did it feel like a Money in the Bank cash in to you? Because it sure did
a
to
little
me.
bit. A little bit. But
he go
like not nobody, and I mean nobody. Like there was rumor that Brock Lesnar was there. That was already reported, and we were okay. He's gonna go for Roman. He's gonna flatten Roman. Do you remember me? I'm gonna kill you in Saudi Arabia. I'm gonna let Logan Paul beat you. Then Austin Theory is gonna cash in, and then I'm gonna kill Austin Theory, and then I'll see you in January. I've seen it before, but he came after Bobby, and he flattened Bobby, and Bobby had the US title around his waist, and they could either do a US title feud or a non-title feud with Brock Lesnar. Welcome,
isn't it beautiful?
Folks, to 2022. Wow. Just, oh my God.
I am, everybody knows that aside from Eddie Kingston, Brock Lesnar is my favorite. He's my favorite in WWE. I love him. He gets me excited. I don't care who he's fighting. He could be fighting freaking Tozawa for all I care. I'm going to be excited he's there. But, of course, you want that big name surrounding your title a lot of times. I get that. But he doesn't need to be there. He doesn't have to be there. He doesn't need the title, definitely. And the title really doesn't need him either. I think it's fine without him. So him just going after someone because he hates their guts and he doesn't want anything from them, I think this is it. It's going to be great just to see it.
But the thing is, in the 20 years that Brock Lesnar's been part of the WWE, he's won the WWE Championship countless times. He's won the Royal Rumble twice. He's done it all, but never won a mid-card title, never won a tag team title, never won the IC, he's never gone lower than the main event. This is new. I love it. It's going to be a new edge of Brock Lesnar.
I thought it would have been interesting if like the US title was involved in this a little bit. Now I wouldn't have wanted to put it on him. It just makes you start thinking about how amazing it would have made that title if they would have put it on Brock. Like, holy crap.
Seth
they care about that US title.
Seth Rollins versus Brock Lesnar for the United States Championship in 2022, when 3 years ago they opened WrestleMania for the Universal Championship, is bananas. But here we are. Here we are.
I mean, I don't think the U.S. title is going to be involved in the Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar thing. I don't think that they're going down that way, but just think of the possibilities if they did.
Mhm.
And Alora doesn't really like Brock, so she's just like, whatever.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, nah. Well, I'm glad Bobby is getting his dream match with Brock Lesnar. He has talked about it for a long time, so to see that coming to fruition, that's good for him. Bobby Lashley still, you know, he's still on the hot train pretty much, and I'm just, even though I liked him as U.S. champion, I definitely want to see him and Brock Lesnar. I'll give it that. And now that Seth Rollins has the title around his waist, what's next for him too? Don't know.
we'll have to see. I will have to say this too. Bobby didn't look bad in none of that.
Oh, really?
No, because
that's good, because the worst thing they could have did was make him look like horrible.
No, because Seth came in there and they rang the bell, and he still put up a really big fight, even though, he just got squandered by Brock. So
Cowboy Brock.
yes. All right, guys. Really quick before we log off here and tell CM Walsh good night because it's late there. We are going to go ahead and announce our contest winners. We did a little contest where people had to like and share one of our posts. We have 2 action figures up for grabs, so they had to like and share the post, and then subscribe to our YouTube channel or our Facebook page. And the winner of the Drew McIntyre figurine is Alma Clark. I don't know if she's here, but congratulations to her. And the winner of the CM Punk figurine is Cowboy Douglas Duke. So congratulations to those 2. And I will be sending you a private message to get your address, and we will get those to you. And anything else before we leave?
No.
Imagine having a CM Punk doll. Imagine having him an action figure and going, what happened to you? What happened? just like if you look at it like what?
Well, we don't know.
What?
We don't know. It might be his only
Is this
AEW
worth money
figure
anymore?
too.
Are you really gonna wrestle again?
Shane says he felt like WWE should save the Lashley and Lesnar feud for Mania. They could probably still have a feud towards Mania. You never know.
Yeah, but it's
Crown Jewel though,
yeah.
they're trying to make that the next, for a lack of a better term, next big thing.
Saudi Arabia is always going to be a big show, and in the absence of Goldberg, they're going to have Brock Lesnar show up and give them a big beefy boy, because God, they're not sending out the Undertaker again, are they?
Oh, please no.
Please, God, don't send the Undertaker again.
Better late than never.
God, no.
All right, guys. Walsh, you got anything to plug real quick before we sign off?
Have we got anything to plug? Friday night, come join the Superior brand, the Superior podcast, the tailgate party. We've got a catchier theme tune. We got a catchier theme, and we're just a better brand. This Peaches and Power Bombs, you people are all losers. You people are all dead to me. That, my friend, is a heel promo. That's how you put over a brand, and that's how you prove that we are the Superior brand. TRWC. Boom.
And that's why you didn't get invited until now. Okay, it's all in good fun.
Thank you, Shane. Thank you.
Which side am I going to choose? You'll just have to find out on TRWC where the plot thickens. All right, guys, as far as Peaches and Power Bombs is concerned, of course, like, share, subscribe, all that mess. But we are going to try to do, because next week they're going to have a special edition of Dynamite on Tuesday night instead of Wednesday. So I will actually be home that evening. Oh my goodness. So we're going to try to do a watch along for that. So
Mhm.
that's what we have coming up. Stay tuned for any other announcements, and we will see you guys later. Bye.
Thanks again for coming on, CM Wash.
Yes.
It's been an honor.
Thank you.
All right. See you later. Bye. Good night, sweet peach. It's time to go. Good night, sweet peach. It's the end of the show. We hate to leave, but we really can't stay. So good night, sweet peach.